Hello and welcome to my channel, Colourist. My name is Jody and this is our first video of 2024 in our new series for coloring the Zodiac. I plan on coloring an animal for each month in the Zodiac sign. So in January it is Capricorn, and that is actually a sea goat. I had never heard of a sea goat before. I then proceeded on going to Etsy and I actually downloaded a book that I thought would be sufficient for the task. It was a book that had 4 illustrations for each sign, and I did try, and this is a picture from that book, and this is another picture. The problem that I had is I was concerned about what was actually going on this page. It's very, very difficult to understand where the image starts and stops, what is actually going on. There's stuff that doesn't belong where it should be. It really, to me, it was indicating that it was AI art. So what I did is contacted the seller and just said that I wanted to know if it was AI art. I left a review on the book that I was disappointed. I did get a full refund, so I'm not going to even give you the name of the seller or the book, because I don't think that I'm not here to trash the book, but I did mention it earlier in another video that I would be using that book. I am not going to be using that book, and nor will I be coloring from there. So then I decided to go and search all of my books for a picture of a goat. And oh my goodness, it is very, very difficult to find a picture of a goat. There are no real goats in Disney books. There's no goats in any of my other books. There's no goats in Lulu Mail books. So I went to my newest book from Eriy. So this is the world literature book. It is all in Japanese. So I have gone and translated it. And I was happy to find that there was a page in this book from the story Heidi, and it is actually Heidi meets a little boy in the Alps, and he has a goat. There are actually 5 goats on this page. So just when I thought that I wouldn't be able to color a goat for January, I have been able to find one. It is not a sea goat, and the sea goat is actually supposed to be a goat for the top half and a fish tail on the bottom. So I had never even heard of that before. So hats off to the Capricorns of this world for having such a unique zodiac animal. For today, we are going to color this delightful little goat. There are also 2 goats here and 2 goats up here. Hi, quick interruption in this video. I wanted to let you know that I was recently tagged by YouTube channel Jazzy Doodle Designs in her hashtag Coloring Goals 2024. She did a video with 10 questions on it regarding goals for the new year. I will go ahead and answer those questions. I will also leave them in the description of this video. If you want to answer these questions yourself, that would be awesome. I am going to tag 2 other fellow YouTube channels. I'm going to tag Tammy from Tammy Colors 2 and Amanda from Amanda Colors. So ladies, if you have a chance to do this tag, I'd love to hear your answers and watch your video. So without further ado, let's get to coloring in Eriy's new books, Goat, and also I will do a voiceover with the answers to these coloring goal questions. All right. Take care. One of my goals this year is to use different pencil sets, so let me go grab a new one and we'll get started on this page. Okay, the pencils I have selected to color with today are going to be our Cretacolor Mega Colors. I have the full 36 set. I also have the Brilliance Metallic set, and I also have the Lyra Skin Tone Mega Pencils. So I have them in the same case. I've got the Lyra in the same case as my Mega Pencils from Cretacolor. So there are 4 browns in the Mega Color, or 5. So that's why I also may pull out some of these Lyra skin tones, because there are 12 in this set. They are they work well together, and I have also just spent the last hour and a half watching a movie from 1968 on YouTube of the movie Heidi. So I wanted to kind of make sure I understood what was kind of going on in the page, because I previously had not read or heard of this story before. So it's quite a delightful little story, and I understand this is Heidi and this is Peter, and this is definitely a goat, because Peter was a goat herder and lived with his grandmother on the mountain. So let's grab some colors. She had a couple of different goats, and so did Peter. So I'm going to go with a light brown colored goat. So we're going to start with skin tone 1. So this is the Lyra skin tone, and I've just pre-numbered them. So when Heidi first meets Peter, he is tending his goat herd, and she has just arrived on the mountain to hopefully live with her grandfather, who is a bit of a hermit, recluse type guy. At least that's how the movie starts. Heidi is an orphan. Her parents have passed on, and she's gone to live with her grandfather, who is, like I said, he's a hermit. So Peter was off on the mountain tending his goats, and Heidi kind of tagged along, and they became friends. So while I am coloring this lovely young goat here, I would love to know if you have actually read or seen the story or movie of Heidi. I had not previously, and it was good. I am planning on researching, reading, or watching each story before coloring it in this book, just so that I can kind of be immersed in the story behind what Eriy is drawing. Okay, let's get on with the actual Jazzy Doodle Designs coloring goals hashtag questions, and I'll read out the question and then I will do the answer. Question number 1. Do you have a strict coloring goals for 2024 or more loosey-goosey? Everyone knows I'm an accountant, so loosey-goosey is not really my strong point. I am more of a planner, so if I do have goals, they will be well planned out. There is a complete video on my 2024 plans, so I will link that in the video description. Question number 2, how many pages do you want to color this year? I don't have a specific number of pages that I'm shooting for. Last year I did color 258, so I do color pretty much every single day. I limit my buddy colors to 5 a month, so I know for sure I will be coloring 60 pages in the year, but I would imagine probably over 200. Question 3, what coloring medium would you like to learn or improve this year? And I plan on learning how to use gouache paint, so I have signed up for a subscription with Sarah Burns for that, and I would also like to use alcohol markers a little bit more, although I do not enjoy alcohol markers, so I'm not going to force that issue, but pencils are my favorite medium, but I would like to learn a little bit more. Just a few comments on what I'm doing on screen is I am layering up a little bit before I come in with some Gamsol and dissolve all this pigment. I am using a combination of Lyra pencils and the Mega Color. Once I have a couple of layers of pigment down, I am going to use some Gamsol to do some blending to get rid of the weight of the paper. That allows the pigment to get released into the paper without damaging the tooth of the paper, so it's not like burnishing. So I will do that. Question 4, what technique would you most like to improve? And I am actually actively working on improving both my animal coloring skills and my gems. I have 2 new series going on throughout the year, so I will be working on both of those skills. Question 5, what spending/collecting goals do you have? And I really like how Jazzy has set this question up, because for coloring enthusiasts, some people it is a hobby all on its own in collecting books and collecting supplies. I am not of that mindset. I am very careful about what I spend, in that I want to spend wisely, and I actually want to use up my supplies. Okay, we will let that dry, and then I can come in with some extra. Couple of blues to do the collar. Question 6, what book do you most look forward to working in this year? And it's actually the book that I am currently coloring in. I'm quite excited for Eriy's new book, and I look forward to learning about all the stories that she has drawn illustrations on. Now back to coloring for a few moments. I'm going to use a Caran d'Ache full blender to blend this. I'm going to use the metallic silver for the bell. And dark gray for inside. So there are 2 metallic silvers. This one was the Starry Starry Night. There's another one called Misty Day. We're going to come in, we're going to just add a little bit of texture. Just in circles, and that'll add like little fuzz. So instead of lots of little strokes, we're just going to have little circles, and it's just going to kind of be like, it'll be its hair, but it'll be like fuzz. Question 7, what creator goals do you have? Do a live, number of videos, buddy colors, etc. I do not do live videos as I live in a rural setting, and the internet simply is not fast enough for that. I have a goal of 2 videos per week, and I limit my buddy colors to 5 per month, and those are my creator goals. Add a little bit of cream, see if I can do that fuzzing in this area too. I just don't want to add any, I want to keep it light in here, so cream will do nicely. That's where we're going to leave it. Okay, I did mention that there were 5 goats on this page, and the other 4 goats are 2 at the top of the page and 2 at the bottom of the page. I'm going to do these 2 up here, and they are senior goats. They are billy goats with, they have the horns. So I've got the Lyra Skin Tone number 11, which is a dark. So we're gonna do the horns. And there's only 1 horn showing on each, but I'm going to assume that they actually have 2 horns. And we're just going to think that they're not showing. Question 8. What new to you artists will you be adding this year? I am counting the 2 books that I recently purchased from Amazon Japan. One is the author of the Eriy sketchbook, and that's Makiko Itomi. And the second author or illustrator is the Apple so I will put it on screen how to say the name. And it is the Flower Girl newest book. So really looking forward to coloring in both of those books. Question number 9. Do you have a book you would like to complete this year? And yes, I have 5 books that I would like to complete. I have The Ink House, A Million Cute Animals by Lulu Mayo, Peter Rabbit, The Mouse Guard by David Peterson, and I've added Sea of Colors by Angela Gonzalez. So those are 5 books I would like to complete, and I look forward to working in them all. Since we have the skin tone colors, let's see how they work on Heidi. And the final question for this Jazzy Doodle Designs Coloring Goals 2024 tag is, what is the best benefit of coloring to you? I had to think about this for a little while, and I think that the best benefit to me is coloring gives me a creative outlet. It gives me a challenge. I like to feel accomplished when something is completed. I love to plan out videos. I love to do research and then share that knowledge with all of you. So coloring is a way for me to continue on learning, and I enjoy that. Her arms are bare. So this is the lightest skin tone in the Lyra. And then I'm adding some ivory to it. And then the Mega Color Tan Light as kind of a shadow. So those were the 10 questions from Jazzy Doodle Designs. Thank you so much for tagging me. Again, I am going to tag Amanda Colors and Tammy Colors too. I hope you ladies have a chance to add this tag to your video, and I hope you have enjoyed hearing my answers. The rest of the video will just be me finishing up doing some coloring. That's how that's going to look. I think that looks okay. So I'm trying to figure out what color hair to do Heidi. In the movie, she's kind of a bit of a blondie redhead. So I'm going to try and... She's supposed to be of European descent, so they're up in the high mountains. I'm going to use a combination of Create a Color, so ivory, and then I've also pulled out some polychromos in green gold and raw umber, so just so I can get some hair going. Okay, I like that. And while we have the polychromos out, we will do Peter's hair. His hair is going to be a little bit darker. Okay, that's how Peter's hair is going to look. I'm going to use Delft blue, and I'm going to give her a blue dress with a red apron. Darker shadows with the Prussian blue. See what a difference it makes between dissolving the pigment with Gamsol or not. We're going to use permanent dark red for her apron. And we'll try blending it with white this time instead of Gamsol, and we'll see how that looks. You will see the completed picture, hopefully, in my January completed pages video. And next month, I'm hoping that it'll be a lot easier to find a zodiac animal. I have February marked down as Aquarius, and the animal is an owl, and I know I have a lot of owl pages, so I think we'll be fine for a little while. All right. I hope you are having a colorful and creative week. I hope you do something fun with your coloring. If you have a chance, I hope that you can catch up and watch the movie Heidi or read the book. And happy birthday again to anybody who celebrates a birthday in January. All right, I'll leave you here as I finish off this page. If you have a goat in your coloring pages, I applaud you and I welcome you to color it during the month of January. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.